Well, welcome everyone, and thank you for taking the time to join us this evening and learn a little bit more about the Orillia campus and the city of Orillia. We're so excited that you're joining us and taking some time out of your busy day to learn a little bit more about this incredible campus and all the things that we have to offer. Now, before we dive too deep into the information this evening, Lakehead University respectfully acknowledges our campuses are located on the traditional lands of the Indigenous people. Lakehead Orillia is located on the traditional territory of the Anishinaabe. The Anishinaabe include the Indawa, the Ojibwe, and the Potawatomi nations, collectively known as the Three Fire Confederacies. Lakehead University acknowledges the history of the many nations hold in our areas of our campuses and are committed to a relationship with First Nations, Métis, and the Inuit people based on principles of mutual respect, trust, collaboration in the spirit of reconciliation. All right, so before we get going too far, I just want to speak to a couple of housekeeping items in relation to Zoom. Hopefully everyone's pretty comfortable on Zoom. I feel like we've done it for a number of years, and sometimes we step off of it and then forget kind of how to run Zoom again. So just so you guys know right off the get-go, everybody involved in this webinar, other than myself and my two co-hosts, will be muted for the presentation portion of the webinar, but that does not mean that you cannot engage with us. Ask us questions. We really encourage discussions as we go through the webinar as well. At a couple of points in the presentation this evening, we will take a pause, so feel free to submit your questions through the Q&A feature. You'll find the Q&A feature on the bottom navigational bar of your Zoom window. As we go through the webinar this evening, we'll be answering questions behind the scenes and then posting those answers into the webinar as well. And we will maybe save a number of questions to answer live at 2 points throughout the webinar. Lastly, please note that we are recording this webinar. So individuals that had registered for this evening and was not able to make the webinar, we will have it up and available for them on our YouTube channel at a later date, coming to you soon from Lakehead YouTube. All right. So tonight, I've mentioned we're going to be celebrating one of our two hometowns, and this is our hometown of Orillia, Ontario. Before I get too excited, however, I just have to step back for a moment and introduce the rest of my host team this evening, who's going to be helping on the webinar, answering questions, and providing us with information as we go through. So right off the get-go, my name is Tori. I'm the Senior Recruitment Coordinator out of Lakehead. I call Lakehead Orillia home. Love this region and everything that this city has to offer, and I'm excited to chat a little bit more about the campus and my hometown as well. I'm going to turn it over to Alice.
Hey. Hello, everyone. My name is Alice. I'm also the student recruiter here at the Orillia campus. So yeah, looking forward to tonight's webinar.
And joining us this evening is Caitlin. So Caitlin.
I'm Caitlin. I'm a second year political science student here at Lakehead. I absolutely love the Orillia campus. I've been here the last 2 years and I've truly enjoyed it. So I'm really excited to share some of the highlights of the campus with you all.
Fantastic. So now you know who's helping both in front of the cameras and behind the scenes tonight. So feel free as we go through the webinar to post questions that we can answer as well. So why choose Lakehead? Hopefully this is not a question that you're asking too much at this point, but let's talk about all the amazing things that Lakehead has to offer.
Yeah, so the question is, why choose Lakehead? So we can talk about what Lakehead has to offer. So Lakehead University is actually one of Canada's top 10 undergraduate universities. We're also known for our tight-knit community and the faculty that go the extra mile for students. That's why 82% of our classes are capped at 50 students. So that's relatively a small number university classes. This ensures that you get to know not only your professors, but also other students. Lakehead University is very proud to offer a comprehensive financial aid package of over $11 million annually to support our students. What's more, we guarantee residence to students coming directly from high school, providing a safe and comfortable home away from home experience for all the students. with a remarkable 96.3% of our graduates finding a career in their field within 2 years of graduation, you can be confident that you will be well prepared for your future and future career.
Sorry, I'm having a few technical issues in the background, so I might need some support from a little bit of my co-hosts. But before we begin this evening, we want to learn a little bit more about you. So Alice, I don't know if you can find our questions and quizzes and polls question there on the navigational bar. If you can launch question number 1 of the polls. We just want to find out a little bit more who's joining us on the webinar this evening.
Sorry, the questions from
The poll, yeah, the poll questions. They should be on the navigational bar.
Okay, the poll questions. Give me a sec. Okay, I see. Okay.
Awesome.
All right.
So we're going to launch the first one just to let you, those of you on the webinar with us this evening, just to give us an idea on where you're tuning in from today. Awesome. Thanks, Alice.
Yep.
So it's great to see so many people joining from a variety of different locations this evening. We're just going to end that poll and I will just share those results. So you can see we have individuals definitely from Simcoe County and the Thunder Bay region. So that's fantastic. A few from the GTA, other areas in Ontario, and also a number of international. So fantastic. Welcome to learning a little bit more. I'm going to do the next one now. Sorry, I was just having a little bit of technical problems there.
You want me to launch it?
Yeah, if you want to do the second one, that would be fantastic, Alice.
Yeah.
Thanks for helping us from behind the scenes. This is why it takes a village as well to run webinars sometimes. So fantastic. So this is a question that we're asking, which describes you? So are you a Canadian citizen or a permanent resident? Are you an international student in Canada on a study permit at this point, or are you an international student living outside of Canada? So we'll just give you a second to answer those questions as well. Wow, so I'm going to end that one. I have a few people that are just holding in the background, and that's fine. You can be shy, but we do love if you answer questions and are engaged as well. So you should be seeing the results on the screen. So everyone on the webinar this evening is a Canadian citizen or permanent resident. All right, Alice, would you mind throwing the next one up? Fantastic. So this is going to give us a little bit more information on who you are as well. So are you currently a high school student? Are you attending college or have attended college previously? Are you currently a university student or have attended university, or are you other? And don't worry, we're not going to dive any deeper in what that other is this evening. That's all for you. So just kind of let us know where you're at this evening. That's fantastic. Having good engagement on our polls this evening. 2 mysterious people have yet to answer any of our poll questions, but I'm hanging on that potentially we will get there by the time we get to the last few poll questions. So you can see the majority of our audience this evening is currently attending high school or has attended high school previously, and that's exactly who this webinar is really focused on. So that's fantastic. And Alice, if you would mind posting the next one. So this is kind of who we want to know who you're attending the webinar with this evening. This is kind of one of my favorite poll questions. I can see Caitlin smiling, and I'll dive into this a little bit more why. So we always like to know who's sat next to you attending webinars if you have someone along with you. And so don't be shy. You know, again, I'm not going to ask any digging deep questions. We'll just kind of leave it at that this evening and see kind of where you're at. So great participation again. So I'm going to end this poll and share these results as well. So that's fantastic that so many of you have a parent, a grandparent, a guardian, a supporter with you this evening. A few of you are going solo, and that's fantastic. You can have great conversations with yourself. No one's going to argue with you when you want to post a question. And my favorite poll, my favorite answer on this is the pet question. Caitlin, I think next time we need to do a part 2 of this and find out what pet you're attending the webinar with. Awesome. And one last one before we get going, and that's kind of just to see where you're at in the process. Thanks so much, Alice. You're doing a fantastic job of getting my polls up there. I think I've dealt with all my technical issues, so hopefully that's the last little support that I'm going to need this morning. No guarantees though, but just to see where you're at in that process. Are you still exploring Lakehead? Have you applied? Have you applied and you've already accepted an admissions offer? Have you applied and already confirmed your offer? And the last 2 people in the webinar have not stepped up, but that's okay. That's okay. So I'm just going to share those as well. So that's fantastic. We have people that are still learning about Lakehead today, a number of individuals that have applied and already received an offer, and kudos to those of you that applied and already accepted an offer. That's super exciting for us as well to see that you're hanging out with us and on the webinar this evening. So as Alice was mentioned right off the get-go, Lakehead University is far from ordinary. And if you've already applied and you're ready for this adventure, hang tight. You can't pack your bags yet and come just at this moment. We're just going to give you a little bit more information. But if you're in the process of deciding whether or not Lakehead's the right choice for you, we really encourage you this evening to ask us lots of questions. We're so happy to help you, to assist you, and come up with a decision that's right for you. Whether you're making that decision this evening or a week from now or a month from now, lots of time to kind of explore lots of things. So one thing we do really like to talk about when we talk about university is that the university years are kind of really unique and special years. And we really encourage our students to kind of think about what you want your university experience to be like. Do you want it to be ordinary? Do you want it to be typical? And Lakehead really provides a unique university experience. We have classrooms that are in beautiful surroundings that uses these incredible natural laboratories right outside our doors that allow students to really enhance their studies. At Lakehead, your education is really shaped for you, by you, and your future is there with access to world-renowned facilities and researchers that are really going to challenge, support, and guide you in whatever area you wish to pursue. And you may not know what that is right now, and that's kind of what university is all about. So, Lakehead's all about an environment where your knowledge is applied, where we teach you how to think and not necessarily what to think, and you're going to receive incredible hands-on experience right from that first year of university as well. So, we really encourage our students to think about what type of experience do you want at university? Do you want it to be extraordinary, exceptional, and unconventional? And imagine, that Lakehead can really provide you with this transformative university experience that's far from ordinary. Lakehead University really is a campus and a university that is filled with excitement and adventure. And it's a community as well, a community that supports every kind of team, every type of learner that we have. And we're really proud of our students and all of the things that our students have accomplished while at Lakehead and then moving forward into their future as well. And at Lakehead, we do have so much to be proud of. Maclean Magazine has once again included Lakehead University in one of Canada's top 10 primarily undergraduate universities in the 2023 university rankings. The Higher Times Educational Globe Impact of 2023 ranked Lakehead in one of the top 10 of the world's impact on society in the way that society is organized. And most of all, we are so looking forward to you joining the Wolfpack as a Lakehead University student. So I know that was a lot of information right out the get-go, and we haven't even started kind of the main part of the webinar, but now we're just going to ask you to sit back and relax a little bit while we explore a little bit more about our campuses and our hometown. So right off the get-go, some of you may be wondering, where is Aurelia? And I know there's a number of individuals on the polls right off the get-go this morning that say, you're from Simcoe County, and that's fantastic because you're probably familiar with this area. Aurelia may already be your hometown. But if you're not from Simcoe County, if you've ever traveled up the 400 series highway, so this is the highway that kind of goes from Toronto directly north, heading into the Muskokas, the beautiful cottage country, you've probably passed or come close to Orillia. And the city of Orillia is located in the county of Simcoe, which is located in central Ontario. And we're in the heart of Ontario's lake country. And we are blessed with having two incredible lakes right within our area, Lake Couchiching and Lake Simcoe. I was down in the waterfront this past weekend, seeing lots of activity on the water. So lots of fishing huts out there. We really are a four-season city, and we're going to talk about that a little bit as we go through some of this presentation this evening. As far as Lakehead is concerned, out of our Orillia campus, the city of Orillia is located about 90 minutes from Toronto. We're about half an hour from the junction in Barrie, where Highway 400 and Highway 11 separates. So got to make sure you're in the right lane and the right way up the highway. So it's a great location, especially for students coming from Southern and Central Ontario. It's far enough that you can kind of move away from home, but close enough that you can get home on weekends for laundry and some family time and stuff as well. We're about an hour and 15 minutes from Pearson International Airport. Love that, to get in and out of the airport as well. And as I mentioned, the city of Orillia is really viewed as the gateway to cottage country. And so we have a lot of beautiful communities to our north: Gravenhurst, Bracebridge, Huntsville. These all make up the district of Muskoka. I think we're really blessed that we get to kind of enjoy and live and potentially attend school in an area that many people get to come to on vacation, or to visit. And it's kind of part of the area that we get to live in. So I'm going to turn it over to Alice, and she's going to tell a little bit about the history of the area.
The city of Orillia is also known as the Sunshine City, and it's widely known as the town in the humorous Stephen Leacock's Sunshine sketches of Little Town. So that's something new. But before it became a popular landmark in the book, from its early days, Orillia was also known as a commercial center due to logging and rail links with Toronto and Georgian Bay. So surrounded by three lakes, Lake Couchiching, Lake Simcoe, and Bass Lake, it also remains an important stop for the Trent-Severn Waterway, a canal system that connects the Great Lakes, serves as a popular vacation spot. So there are many things to do in Orillia. So today, with a population over 33,000 people and access to several cities nearby, Orillia is able to offer students the big city amenities in a more intimate setting. Orillia has an exciting downtown. In addition to the great investments in waterfront development, a newer Orillia Rec Center, and the urban renewal project, including residential living space on the main street of downtown amongst boutique shops and locally owned restaurants. Over the last few years, we've also seen a surge in great new local restaurants, such as many great pizza places, Kensington Burger Bar, Common Stove, plus some oldies but goodies, such as Theo's Eatery, Thai Plate. Oh, that one's one of my favorite. The Shack, and more. And if you're into craft brewing, last year we welcomed the opening of some of the great local breweries, including Kachingching Craft Brewery Corporation and the Quaylays Brewery. If you are looking for shopping, Orillia has that too. I have to say, my favorite downtown spot is just, there are so many. I just enjoy like walking down Mississauga Street and just having so many shops nearby. They're all very interesting. You just can't go wrong in West Ridge. This is the part of the city of Orillia that the university is located in, with a number of retailers such as HomeSense, Best Buy, Value Village, and Winners. There's an electric mix of new and old. That's what makes Orillia such a great place to be. Do you guys have a favorite spots downtown?
For sure. I have to say too, within downtown, there's great little bakeries too. Bakes on the Lake makes the most amazing cupcakes, baked goods, anything, and they have the most amazing coffee as well. And there's all these little nooks and crannies within Orillia that you just find your perfect spot.
Agreed. And so I live really close to the downtown core. See, I can't even speak this evening. So I walk downtown on a regular basis. I love all the unique little shops and cafes and coffee shops, both on the main street and then just off of the main street as well. I really love that a lot of our main street is not made up with traditional kind of commercial shops. So most of the businesses are unique businesses to the area. I love people watching at all times of the year. So definitely love to grab a coffee from Mariposa or the Lone Wolf and grab some snacks, maybe some butter tarts from a local bakery, and then just kind of hang out. So I do love how unique the downtown core is and all of the options that it has for amazing restaurants and unique shops as well.
Ah, that's awesome. And it's never boring, in Orillia because there are so much going on, like all season round, or in the city, or at least in the city nearby. So we got events, festivals happening, events like the Opera House and Library to the Perch Festival in April, to the Midland Butter Tart Festival in June, and also the Bala Cranberry Festival around Thanksgiving time. One of the most popular festival in Ontario, the Mariposa Folk Festival. Yeah, just a few minutes down the road on Highway 11 and in Oro-Montante is Burroughs Creek Events Ground, over 600 acres of pristine landscape and one of Canada's largest outdoor event venues. You may have heard of Booths and Hearts. Burroughs Creek is home to these large festivals. It's also played as the setting for a number of other big names, including the Rolling Stones. So the event grounds itself has the capacity to hold more than 100,000 people. Fun place to be. And pass it on to Caitlin.
Thank you. We're going to talk about personally my favorite part of Orillia, which is the waterfront here. So Orillia's waterfront is home to numerous events throughout the year. So it's located on shores of two connected lakes, Lake Simcoe and Lake Couchiching, and both lakes are part of the Trent-Severn Waterway. So travel north on Lake Couchiching through the locks leading to Georgian Bay on Lake Huron, and if you travel southeast across Lake Simcoe through the locks into Lake Ontario, and connects to the St. Lawrence and then the Atlantic Ocean. So from either of these Great Lakes, one can even connect to the St. Lawrence and then to the Atlantic Ocean, which is very cool. Certainly one of my favorite spots is the Couchiching Beach Park. So it's just located in the downtown. It includes the town dock and sandy beach areas that definitely attract many to Lake Couchiching all throughout the summer. It's a 14.5 acre park and it's home to many special events. Besides Couchiching Beach Park is Centennial Park, a 7 acre park on the shores of Lake Couchiching, and is just one of the many jewels in the Orillia Park's crown, and it incorporates the port of Orillia, a busy port on the call of the Trent-Severn Waterway. It's a stone's throw from downtown. The waterfront is also home to French's hot dog stand, which amazingly enough, it opened back in June 3rd, 1920. And so it conjures up images of a bygone area. So very cool. Along with that, there's definitely some must-see areas and sites. So the Lakehead Museum National Historic Park is really cool. The Orillia Museum of Art and History is a really great place. And personally, one of my favorite places to go is Scouts Valley. It's a gorgeous trail. You can use it all year round. I always love taking my dog anywhere I go. So it's a really great way to get out of the house. Next, we have the Tudhope Park. So within walking distance or a bike ride from downtown, you'll find Tudhope Memorial Park. Located on Lake Couchiching, this park is an active park for baseball, low pitch, and it attracts water lovers to its popular Moose Beach swimming area. Certainly something I always take advantage of. For the few times you can actually swim in the lake here when it's warm enough. It's so much fun, but it's just so great to even just go and sit on the beach. And it's also home to the Mariposa Folk Festival. So that's probably the one of the coolest festivals you could ever go to. Honestly, it's really, really fun. But this 65-acre park is a haven for residents and visitors alike with so many amenities like accessible playgrounds, swimming beach volleyball courts. It has two lit baseball diamonds, flower gardens, picnic tables, even a splash pad for the summer, trails, as well as your regular kind of washrooms and bathrooms available. Well, let's take it over to
Fantastic.
Tori.
Thanks, Caitlin. So, as you're probably getting a little bit of impression right now, tourism and activity is pretty much at heart to Simcoe County and the city of Orillia. So, tourism is one of the top 5 industries for the county of Simcoe. And right within an hour radius, you'll find tourism attractions from everything from ski hills to hiking trails to concert venues, like what Alice has just mentioned, to national parks. And if you're into shopping, also shopping centers as well. So there's lots of options to do day trips or weekend trips into Muskokas, into Blue Mountains, into Barrie, and of course into Toronto. So we're kind of at a great location for having the best of the both worlds, for everything from that urban environment to lots of kind of recreational activities as well. Now, I'm going to talk about skiing. It hasn't been the best winter for skiing within our region. We haven't had a ton of snow. This past weekend was amazing, however, but we are really blessed in this area that we actually have 3 ski hills really close to our campus. The furthest one away is Blue Mountain, and this is kind of one of 3 nearby ski resorts. Blue Mountain's about an hour from the city of Orillia, and Blue Mountain has about 40 runs with a variety of difficulties and ski levels, from beginners right up to the experts. Now, Blue Mountain is kind of fantastic because they don't just have ski hills. It's a year-round kind of adventure playground. You can go canoeing and kayaking there in the summertime. They have treetop climbing, scenic caves, golfing, snowshoeing, snow tubing, and an indoor water park. And if that's not your thing and you like to relax, they have Scandinav spa nearby, so that's a great place to just kind of relax and unwind. And then the Blue Mountain area is really well known for cider houses, craft breweries, and vineyards as well. So lots of things within that area. Really close to campus, so about 15 minutes from campus, we have Horseshoe Valley Resort. And this is a resort that's really family friendly. I heard it was really busy this past weekend. I had a couple of colleagues that were there with their family and skiing and saying it was a fantastic weekend this weekend there. Lots of fresh snow and great skiing. So this is a family friendly Ontario ski and golf resort. And again, offering kind of 4 seasons of fun. So 29 alpine and snowboard runs. They have over 30 kilometers of groomed Nordic ski trails, double set, fantastic for Nordic skiing. I really love getting out to Horseshoe Valley and using their Nordic ski trails. They have train park, you can go snow tubing, you can go snowshoeing. They have fantastic fat biking courses as well. Now that's winter stuff, and you can also go golfing, man-made lake, wakeboarding. They have cable park. They have treetop trekking. I didn't think I had a fear of heights until I went treetop trekking and realized really quickly that I was a complete wimp, and everybody else in my party could go and have a fantastic time treetop trekking, and I would go find somewhere to hang out for an hour or so. So you can do that. You can do hiking, biking, lots of restaurants, spas. So there's lots for everyone at Horseshoe Resort.
Hey, yeah. So Tori's right. The city of Orillia, it's just like 4 seasons of fun. There's just so many things to do. We're just steps away from some of the best 4 season activities available. Like Tori kind of mentioned, we have like the 2 local alpine ski hills within a 10-minute drive. Cross-country skiing, mountain biking, snowshoeing trails, Scott Valley. So it's like a 230-acre city-owned oasis. So Scott Valley is located at the southwest edge of Orillia. So just bounded by Highway 11 and the Old Barrie Road. There are 3 loop trails Escort Valley, which is dominated by like mature deciduous forest. There's also a refreshing spring of water and a small stream. At the top of the hill, it's a lookout with fine views across Lake Simcoe and Lake Chiching. Of course, there are golf courses, you can go fishing, and just so much more. Never dull, never boring in the Simcoe County. Some must-try activities outside. Tori mentioned treetop trekking, a horseshoe resort, stand-up paddleboard, yoga on Lake Chiching, Mariposa Folk Festival, moonlight snowshoeing through the Copeland Forest, Shaw's Maple Syrup Farm, skiing and biking at Hardwood Hills. Yeah.
We're just going to pause for a second just to see if there's any questions related to the city of Orillia. I know there hasn't been a lot of questions in the chat. There's been a few that Alice has answered, but at this point, we're going to move from the kind of the city of Orillia into our campus. Of course, if you do have questions about the city of Orillia and Simcoe County and the area, please feel free to still continue to post them in the chat, but we're going to move on and talk a little bit more about campus now. So I'm going to turn it over to Caitlin to chat a little bit about the campus in Orillia.
Perfect, thank you, Tori. So since 2006, the Lakehead experience had Central Ontario's beautiful cottage country base with its opening of its campus in the city of Orillia. Orillia is located within Simcoe County and just right in the heart of Ontario's Lake Country. Today, it is home to about 1,800 students with a student to faculty ratio of 13:1, which is better than I had in my high school. So the Orillia campus also has a smaller heritage downtown Orillia location, adjacent to the city's vibrant Main Street and just a few blocks from the port of Orillia and Lake Couchiching. This location is called Heritage Place, or commonly referred to as HP, and it's the home of our Bachelor of Education program. And this is just kind of another view of inside Heritage Place. Now, don't be fooled by the abundance of open space around us there in Orillia. We actually cannot keep up with the developments happening. Our University Avenue campus was built in 2010, and since then we've had hundreds of homes built, in addition to Costco, another one of my favorites, and tons of new restaurants opening right across the road from us. So you definitely have options if you just want to go out for a nice dinner with your friends. You can just hop on across the road there. Our campus is specifically located in an area we call Westridge. So it's just like the name, on the west side of town. It takes less than 15 minutes to ride the City of Orillia bus into downtown. And during orientation, you'll receive a student ID card and a bus pass sticker. And that sticker lets you ride the City of Orillia Transit as much as you'd like between September 1st, so the start of school, 2024, to August 30th, 2025. So if you have summer courses, you want to get a summer job, you still have access to that bus system, which I definitely use and appreciate. And within a 5-minute bus ride, you can get to Walmart, Best Buy, restaurants, local gyms, the grocery store, and plenty of off-campus student housing if that's what you're interested in as well. So University Avenue campus is known for its welcoming atmosphere, innovative programs, and small friendly community within it. The entire campus is fully certified as a leadership in energy and environmental design, or LEED, facility, complete with an academic building, which we call Simcoe Hall, residence, a bookstore, and open style dining hall. Everything's so close and easy to get to, and Simcoe Hall is so easy to navigate even on your first day. If I've never gotten lost there, I guarantee you will not. So the environmental features is that includes a green roof, geothermal energy source, water collection ponds, natural lighting, and really bright open spaces. And it's located on 85 acres in Orillia's west end. So beautiful scenery all around. We're not going to go into too much detail about living in residence because we'll be talking about residence on May 21st through our on-campus residence and housing webinar. So if you are interested in residence, please sign on for that webinar. But right now, there are a few things I just want to highlight for everybody tuning in today. First and foremost, academic success. Why you're here. Studies show that you do perform better academically when you live in residence. That's just because you have easy access to library, tutors, computer labs, your professors. It makes it more motivating to go to class when you can wake up and see it right across the, the street there, rather than maybe 15 minutes from your home where you could stay in your bed nice and warm. It's definitely convenient. So you're, again, steps away from your classes, the recreational facilities, your cafeteria is right there, and there's social spots that leave no wasted time commuting. There's also enhanced safety and security. So our buildings are all safe and secure. There is nightly rounds, and we do have qualified first aid staff that are always available for you. We have exceptional events and supports. So living in residence is just full of action, meeting people from all over the world, and you do make connections that will last a lifetime. There's also really great accommodations, very comfortable, furnished, and spacious rooms with all the necessities included. So phone, internet, cable, very economical. So residence living is all-inclusive expense with no surprises, no hidden fees, and there's comprehensive transitional support. So it can be a little bit difficult when you move out of home for the first time, but residence tries to make moving away for the first time a little bit easier with the built-in support networks and on-site services to help you. So residence will always be full of life, from the people you meet to the laughs you will share, and it really does become a whole new way of life. So our environmentally sustainable 240-bed residence features a unique modern design where each student will have their own single room with just a shared bathroom with only one person. So there's not, you get a whole space to yourself, which is really beneficial, especially for your first time. You only have to worry about one roommate using your bathroom. Each floor does have 40 single rooms, laundry, a kitchenette, and some quiet study areas. And within your residence room, everything has a double-size, long captain-style bed with two large drawers, storage drawers below. You get your desk chair, and your desk lamp. You also get a bookcase, a bulletin board, really nice large closet with some shelves and clothes bars. So when your moms and dads move you in, they don't have to go and buy that. You also get a snack fridge, which is really, really great for those midnight snacks. Full-length mirror, in-room sink and vanity. So if your roommate is in the washroom, you got to run to class, you can quickly brush your teeth there. You also get Wi-Fi and cable TV hookup, and all of your utilities are included. We'll hand you over to Alice here.
Yep, thank you. As a student, you will be using the lecture halls a lot. So as a student at the Orillia campus, you will benefit from the full Lakehead experience walking down the halls. You will know your classmates and become part of something truly different. As a growing campus, you'll play an important role in shaping student life in the Orillia campus. So as you can see in the picture, our labs provide students with a safe, practical learning environment where students are provided with like skill training in the science as a future scientific researchers. The lab courses provide complementary application to the theoretical lecture courses. For example, animal biology includes the mandatory lab component, which connects the lecture material directly to the hands-on or experiential learning for students. Like most of our other classes, we try to keep them small. Most of the labs have no more than 15 to 20 students in them, and this really helps build the student-professor relationship. The better relationship you build with your professor, the more doors that it could open for you in the future. We have had many of our students get hired by their professors to complete the research during the school year or over the summer. And in one case, the student even got published with their professor. That is one of the great benefits of going to a smaller institution like Lakehead, Lakehead Orillia in this case. The connections that professors might have could really help you go far in your career, and getting to know your professors is something we encourage here at Lakehead. So our equipment and student skill set allow for the testing of water quality parameters, such as nutrients and phosphorus, in addition to culturing and measuring bacteria, such as E. coli, like algae and protozoan analysis, soil analysis, heavy metal testing in water. Yeah, next page, please. So yeah, learning commons and lectures here. The Orillia campus features the learning commons. So it's a bright and open study and meeting space for in the heart of the campus. This is one of the things that drew students to the Orillia campus and quickly became a favorite space to get some work done and meet up with friends. You can also see on the slide our largest lecture theater, so the little portion on the right-hand side. The lecture theater is mostly for first-year courses, since they are our largest classes. However, it still feels like an intimate environment. Even it looks quite large in this picture. Dining hall. At Orillia campus, we offer all you care to eat meal plan. So food is prepared from scratch using fresh local ingredients every day. Understanding that high quality ingredients are very important to great food preparation, our food service providers source it from local Canadian producers, greenhouse growers, and dedicated farmers who meet the highest standards. Those ingredients combined with daily customized menus ensures that they deliver that what they deliver, will be the best possible taste experience to everyone at Lakehead University. It is quite tasteful. At Orillia campus, we have many great green spaces on and around campus to relax, study, and learn. The large courtyard out in the front is a great place to study or enjoy a day between classes. Yeah, next one, please. Yeah, the Orillia campus is just a great place to relax, study, and call home for your time at Lakehead University, because it is very welcoming from the location to the people. If you want to join us for a walk around campus, you can register in one of our in-person campus tours. Maybe Caitlin or myself will take you to see the campus. There will be more to come in relation to campus tours near the end of tonight's webinar. Yeah, so stay tuned.
Awesome. Thanks, Caitlin and Alice. So yeah, so lots of things going on our campus, and it all really begins at student orientation. So Lakehead provides you with an opportunity to really get involved and have fun, meet a lot of new people, and create connections that are going to go far beyond first year. And so we really encourage students to attend orientation. It's a great way to not only get oriented on the campus, get to meet faculty and other students, learn about services and supports, but also learn a little bit about the area as well. And this is a great time to learn about all the things that you can do on campus as well. So, you know, maybe there's things that you've done in high school or in college or outside of school that you want to be involved in at university. So that could be, you know, leadership opportunities, maybe student government, it could be music or gaming or volunteering. There's so many different things that you can get involved in on campus. And so we have a number of clubs and associations, and our clubs cater to students with a lot of similar interest. If we don't have a club that you're interested in, we have a student union, the Lakehead University Student Union, LUSU, that oversees our club programs, and students can start clubs on our campus as well. So this is a great way to really get engaged. The other thing that's really cool about Lakehead and Lakehead Orillia is that your on-campus activities are also tracked and kind of through our co-curricular record. So I always think about this as, you know, you have your transcript about the classes that you took at university and the marks associated with those classes, but right along that we have a CCR, which is your co-curricular record. And this tracks kind of what you did at the university as a student. Were you involved in student clubs and activities? Did you volunteer at open house? Were you a student tour guide, or did you have an on-campus job? So it's a great way to track your extracurricular activities and the skills that you learned associated with the things that you did while you're at Lakehead. So I did mention one of the best parts about attending Lakehead is all the things that we do, and we do offer kind of 4 seasons of fun on this campus. And definitely it's a great way to take a break from your studies and embrace the outdoors. I know Caitlin and I both love Scouts Valley. It's right across the road from campus, so really easy to get to. It's a great way to unwind and, have a walk around. So that's a fantastic place to go. Maybe you want to go for a walk at Scouts, or maybe you want to go and watch one of our varsity soccer games, or go and watch a hockey game. We do have a ice field right on campus. We have a 40 by 60 outdoor skating rink located on campus, and this is open the majority of the time during the winter months. This year has been a little bit tricky because we haven't had a lot of cold weather for that, but this space is used for a variety of intramurals and events during the fall, and gives an opportunity for students to kind of get active on campus as well. And I mentioned we have varsity sports, so we have indoor soccer, we have club and rec level sports as well. So that includes things like basketball, dance, and equestrian. And we have lots of other things offered within the city of Orillia for all of our students. So Lakehead University is a member of the Ontario Colleges Athletic Association, the OCAA, and also the Canadian Collegiate Athletic Association, the CCAA. So lots of ways of getting involved. And if you are wanting to learn a lot more about this, we do have another webinar coming up on May the 7th, which is all about getting active and getting involved. And I'll cover kind of opportunities at both our Orillia campus and our Thunder Bay campus as well. So the one thing we really do want you to understand as a student, that you're never alone. So, Lakehead, we have a small campus, small student to faculty ratio. You're really somewhere where we're going to know you by your first name. And we really believe in and foster our supported student-centered philosophy that really gives you that opportunity to have your highest potential of success. So, as a student, you do matter to us right from the day you walk into the door to the day we get to hand you your parchment as you walk across the stage and on convocation. It's one of my favorite days of the year, where I get to see students that I've known sometimes for 5 or 6 years, even talking to them in grade 11 and grade 12, walk across that stage and get that parchment, and we're there to support you all the way through that. So starting right in September with orientation, our Student Success Center offers lots of activities, including Student Appreciation Days. We just had one, I think it was last week, we had Student Appreciation Day. There was cinnamon buns and hot chocolate, right, Caitlin? And there was, she's like, yeah, there was lots of good things going on. So lots of ways to kind of let you know that you're really important to us. So lots of ways to help students to de-stress and refocus, and let you know that you're really important to us and your success is important to us as well. And you're not alone. There's lots of ways we're going to help you through that, and that could be things through accessing things like some of our skill workshops, our tutoring, our pair-assist learning, math center, writing center, career counseling, resume writing, our job bank. So lots of ways to ensure that you're going to be successful as a student. And that's the one thing I really love about Lakehead Orillia, because we have 1,800 full-time students. I really feel, and Caitlin, you can totally correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like students don't get lost in the crowd at Lakehead. You have that opportunity to be involved and engaged as little or as much as you want. And when you do need assistance or support, it's easy to get it, because you're on a first name basis with your professors and with lots of the support staff. When we do referrals for students to other support services, we don't say, go down the hall to this center. We're like, hey, go find Sarah, or go and, go see Emily. She'll be able to help you with that. So a really student-centered approach that leads to high success. And I did see Caitlin was nodding her head. So I was like, yes, That's how it is. So I do know there's a couple of questions in the Q&A. So we'll just pause for a second and see if we can answer any of these. So there was one question regarding if you want to meet with faculty regarding a specific course or a specific program, is that something that you can do? 100%. So we are going to talk a little bit more about kind of campus tours and next steps, but I'll address that right now as well. So when you come to things like open houses, and we have March break open house coming up soon. Sorry, spoiler alert, I'm telling you all of the information that's coming up on the next few slides. You will have an opportunity to engage and connect with faculty in our support areas as well. So sometimes students come to campus and they're like, I'm interested in psychology and criminology. I'm not too sure which one to take, or I'd like to know a little bit more about history and kind of what I can do with that. Yeah, you can connect with faculty. Faculty will be set up as part of our program and student life showcase. Also, when you come for a campus tour, so when you register for a campus tour, there's a little check box that you can do saying that you want to meet with faculty, and Caitlin's one of 2 fantastic tour guides that we have on our campus. So it might even be Caitlin or our other tour guide, Amira, that would provide you with a campus tour. And we want you to have that connection with faculty. And what I love about faculty with our campus tours is that you get often a one-on-one meeting with a chair of a department, and you can sit down and ask them a ton of questions. In fact, sometimes we have to knock on the door and be like, knock, knock, like, hi, we have a few other things to do on this campus tour, because the student and the faculty get so connected and so engaged in questions. So it's a great thing to do, and definitely a great way to showcase the campus. The other question we had, so if that didn't answer the questions, please feel free to post another one. The other question we had was regarding meals for students that are not part of residence, whether you're able to eat in the dining hall and part of the food services. Yes, you can. So you can purchase individual meals, or you can preload on a card as well and have so many meals, so much money preloaded onto your card if you don't always want to carry your debit card and stuff with it. It is an all you care to eat dining room, so that is quite fantastic. When you're in the dining room, lots of different options at one set price. I know Alice really enjoys the dining room. Caitlin enjoys the dining room as well. Great food. So it's nice that you can go in and, have your entree, have a salad, have dessert, have coffee, go back for some extras and stuff as well. So it's totally available for students that are not just living in residence. If you're attending our downtown campus, so our downtown campus, maybe you're in your professional year of education, so you're in your Bachelor of Education, those professional years. If you're a PJ student, a primary junior student, your classes will be held at the downtown campus. If you're an intermediate senior student at this point, intermediate and senior students attend classes up at the University Avenue campus. So we don't have a meal plan for students at HP. We don't have a cafeteria or dining hall down there. Many times students will live in residence at our main campus and access food services and packed lunches to take down during the day. But there is food services also available within the city of Orillia. So Tim Hortons is actually right across the road from campus, which can be a little bit dangerous, I think, but lots of options as well. Awesome. So I'm just going to see, I know there's a couple other questions. All right, so we do, so just a question around residence. So do you get to meet your roommate before moving in? Generally, no, you do not get to meet your roommate prior to moving in. So you don't have a roommate. So that's the one thing to remember with residence. It's not a roommate. You have your own private room. They're Jack and Jill rooms. So with a connecting hallway, which is a hallway bathroom that connects the 2 rooms. So you have your own private space. You don't share that space with anyone else. You have your own sink and vanity, closet, and then you have a common bathroom with a double lock-in door. So if you're a door that locks on the outside and in the inside, you can request, if you have a friend that's coming, you can request to share that bathroom with a student that you already know. If you're coming and you don't know anyone else, basically on the residence application, it's kind of like you answer a series of questions, and the residence team is going to match you with someone that's compatible. And what I mean by that, has a similar lifestyle to you, If you're messy, we're probably going to match you with someone who's also a little bit messy. If you like to get up really early, we're probably going to match you with someone who also likes to get up early. And so you're not necessarily, it's not like you're living with someone, you're just sharing that same bathroom. And then the residence does provide you more information around move-in. We do have a residence webinar coming up as well. So if you are wanting to have some more information on residence, then you can attend the residence webinar. Yes, the bathroom is shared with a student of the same gender as you. So great questions. Awesome. It's so great that we're having some questions this evening as well. We love that level of engagement as we're moving forward. It's a great time to kind of ask questions. I am just going to move on a little bit in some of the slides, but please keep the questions coming. Caitlin and I and Alice are more than happy to answer questions as we move forward. And we do encourage you, if you're wanting to delve deeper into some of these questions and some of these areas, to definitely look at some of the upcoming webinars that we have. So just a few things to think about kind of in next steps. Up on the screen right now, we have some important dates. Many of these dates are specific to direct from high school students. So you'll see some deadlines associated with scholarships and bursaries and deadlines to accept. We are running a webinar that is all around financial aid as well, scholarships and bursaries and things. So definitely that's something you can check out if you're looking for some more information, but just a few reminders around deadlines and dates. We did talk about upcoming events, so this slide does showcase that as well. So we have March Break Open House coming up in a couple of weeks. I know it's March break. Why would you not want to come to a university open house, right? Everyone else is going somewhere exciting, and this is pretty exciting as well. So we're hosting an open house at a Thunder Bay campus on March the 12th. Our Orillia campus has an open house on Friday, March the 15th. Registration is open online, so you can register for March Break Open House at any time at either of our campuses. And I did just put on this slide some upcoming getting ready for Lakehead topics in some of our future webinars. We do have a number of these coming up, so you'll see the Getting Involved and Getting Active coming up on May the 7th. And then also the Financing Your Education one coming up on May 14th. So lots of things happening, campus tours as well. And so we'd love to show you a little bit more about our campus and our university. You know, I always say to students, you would not buy a car without taking that for a drive. So I could tell you, this is a fantastic car, love this car, it's amazing. But I want you to sit in that car and drive it down the street and see whether or not you also like that car. And Caitlin and Alice and I can talk about Lakehead and all the things we love about the university and the region and the campus, but you need to come and see that for yourself. It really is a personal decision. So come for a campus tour. Seeing is believing, and the best way to see whether or not Lakehead and Lakehead Orillia is a good fit for you is come and experience it for yourself. So get in there, you know, find a day that works, come for March Break Open House, come for one of our campus tours. We do campus tours year round, Monday through Friday at 1 p.m. out of the Orillia campus. Again, you can see residents, you can have a faculty meeting. So a great way to kind of connect with us. If you are coming for a campus tour and you are traveling more than 150 kilometers from home, we do have a campus tour bursary available. This is a bursary that allows students to access up to $500 to cover the costs associated with coming for a campus tour. So that could be a night in hotel and mileage. So lots of ways that we can assist and support you. If you're looking at visiting our Heritage Place campus, the professional year of our Bachelor of Education as a primary junior prospective student, we do tours at the Heritage Place campus on Mondays and Fridays. But all of the information can be found on our website as well. And I'll try to grab some links before we're done tonight and put them in the chat as well. So we would also love for you to connect with us through social media. So this is hopefully just a continuation of a conversation that you've maybe been having with us through that application process. And, you know, our time this evening for the webinars quickly coming to an end, but we want to stay in touch with you and assist and support you through those next steps. We do have one-on-one advising appointments that you can connect with Alice or myself or a number of our colleagues as well if you're looking for more information. You can follow us on social media. It's a great way to truly see what it's like to be a Lakehead Thunderwolf. Check us out online, see all our upcoming events and webinars, and learn a lot more. And we do really encourage that you stay in touch with us, connect with us directly. We're here to help you, to support. We love to listen to what you have to say and hear, answer those questions that you have as well. So lots of ways for keeping you posted about things that are upcoming at Lakehead. Awesome. So I'm just going to pause for a minute just to see if there's any other questions out there. I'll maybe throw some link in the chat around our upcoming events. I'll put one in for campus tours. Alice and Caitlin, if there's anything else you'd like to add, feel free to jump in there just while I grab some links.
Sure. I mean, as a student and a tour guide, it's very easy for me to, or as a tour guide, I should say, it's very easy for me to say, oh, like there's all these great things. But as a student, I've been able to actually experience them. So, like, what really hits home is what Tori was talking about earlier, is the connection you actually make with your professor. Because of the smaller class sizes, it really does allow you to connect not only with your professors, but your peers as well. I've made some really amazing friends here. I've met some lovely people, but certainly the connection you make with your professor, they get to know you. You go to the classes and they actually know who you are as a person, and you're not just like, oh, student number 117 from this criminology class. I'm an actual human being to them. I mean, one of my favorite professors, I remember specifically, I could not come to class one day just because I had a flu shot. I was feeling awful afterwards, forgot to email him, and he actually like stopped and asked my friend, like, is she okay? Like, what's going on? So really, Lakehead's smaller, but the benefits of having that smaller class size and canvas is so amazing to have.
Yeah, I agree. It's just everyone's so friendly and so welcome here. I remember like my first day on campus, or really a campus, I did not know how to navigate through the dining hall system. So I was standing there like looking confused, and all of a sudden like three people came over and just introducing the dining hall, like how everything works. And then yeah, it's just really, really warm. I think we have some questions in the Q&A section.
Yeah, sorry, I was just typing a couple of answers to some questions in the Q&A as well. So we have had some questions around kind of course selection. So course selection isn't available yet. This is something that we will be providing with some more information kind of as we go a little bit further into the spring. So typically course selection is something that's available in June time for students that are starting with us in September. We do run a number of webinars related to that. We do have a webinar actually on our future getting ready for Lakehead on courses. So we have one on tuition and fees. We have one on payments, on course registration. So that one we're doing on June the 11th, I think it is. And so lots of ways to kind of learn a little bit more about how to pick your courses. We also run what's called FastPass. And FastPass is a pre-orientation program for students to learn how to do course selection, how to build their timetable, how to know what you have to take. And so a lot of responsibility with assistance from us is there to ensure that you're picking the courses that are aligned with your program. So I'm just going to put the course registration webinar in the link. but there will be more information going. So the course registration webinar is one that we do, but there's going to be lots of other ones as well, including from our Student Central, who assists current students. So they run what's called FastPass. Great questions. All right, we'll just wait a moment just to see if there's any other open questions. If you did think of something this evening and you're like, oh darn, they just shut down the webinar and I like totally have a question that I need to ask, don't worry about it. Alice and or myself will be doing some follow-up with everyone who's attended the webinar this evening to provide you with some additional links and information as well. You can also email our recruit email address as well. So I'll just stick that in the chat as well. So recruit@lakeheadu.ca. We'll get anyone within the recruitment and in the admissions office. We're more than happy to assist and support with any questions that you have. So as I mentioned, you can book an appointment with us. You can email us. Alice and I'll do some follow-up, and you can check out all of the upcoming events that we have going on as well. Awesome. Well, we don't want to take too much of your time. I know it's an evening and maybe some of you had a chance to eat dinner before you jumped on the webinar, or you have other things to do. Right off the get-go, I want to thank Alice and Caitlin for joining me this evening and providing some great information on our campuses and the region that we call home. I want to thank you guys, our attendees, for taking the time to explore our campus a little bit more. We really look forward connecting with you again in the future. So thanks so much for taking the time. We look forward to connecting with you again soon, hopefully seeing you on campus for one of our campus events, for one of our campus tours, and even more so, we look forward to seeing you on campus in September as a student. So have a great rest of the night, and thanks so much for taking the time to hang out with us this evening.